why we're calling this the end of an era. We've got our graphics. We've looked at some numbers of England since the 2015 World Cup. That's where they decided that under Eoin Morgan, that's the way they would never play again. He was tasked with this white ball reset. In a way, that reset helped the Test team reset when that team hit rock bottom under Joe Root. But here we go. This is what they did. 2016 T20 World Cup finalists, as I said, lost to the West Indies on this ground. Won the 2019 World Cup, semi-finalists at the 2021 World Cup in the UAE. Champions of the T20 World Cup last year in Australia, beat Pakistan in the final, came into this World Cup with both ODI titles. They go back in the group stage. What this doesn't probably tell you is how atrocious they were initially. They lost 5 in a row. But just from a cricketing point of view, Dav, what this English team achieved, they were the laughing stock of world cricket. But over the course of that 7-8 years, they were bloody good, weren't they?
They were very good, and they should have been again this time around. I think what they failed to understand, there are phases in this 50-over game in Indian conditions that you have to adopt a bit more of a cautious approach. This aggression that they're so very good at, when the conditions are correct and are right, then they're very good at that too. They bat all the way down and they can take a few chances. But when it's doing a little bit, and we've seen examples of generally second innings batting under lights. Sometimes pitches are favouring fast bowlers even in that middle phase, particularly if you lost a few wickets. So there's a requirement to adjust your approach, this aggressive approach, depending on the situation. And I don't think they grasped that enough. It was England, the aggressors. But in certain phases, yes, it's warranted. In other phases, no.
It just takes me back to a conversation I had with Roland Altman, the great hockey coach, at the 2012 Olympics. And India reached there wanting to play attacking, aggressive hockey. And Michael Nobbs was the coach, good Australian like you, a good friend of mine. And he said, our approach is going to be attack, attack, attack. India go out there, try to attack. I think Germany thrashed them in the first game of the World Cup. India finished with the wooden spoon. It was really bad. So I met Roland Altmans outside the Games Village in London. And I knew him because of the hockey. And he was there with the Dutch team as the high performance for the overall contingent. And I said, what do you make of this attack, attack, attack? He said, attack without defense is suicide. I still remember it 11 years ago.
Well, it doesn't always work, does it?
Yes.
You've got to also be flexible enough to defend in that case, and certainly defend in certain phases and situations in the 50-over game.
Let's look at England, the team which won the 2019 World Cup, and the team which won the 2022 T20 World Cup. Lots of common names, okay? Lots of common names. So Atkinson was there as well in the last one. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 members from that squad there. If you look at this team, I think 8 or 9 there as well from the 2019 World Cup winning squad. That's it. Wood was there, Wokes was there, Stokes, Root, Rashid, Buttler, Bairstow, Moeen. That's 8.
That's more than half, isn't it?
That's more than half. And I think 11 of them were over the age of 30. So this was anyway going to be the culmination of that grand cycle.
Yeah.
And it's going to obviously usher in a transition phase. There's, I think, a tour of West Indies coming up, if I'm not sure, very soon in the next couple of months. And they're anyway going to test their bench over there. But how would you remember this England side, this great England white ball side of the last 7 years? We don't want to remember them for this World Cup, but they have sort of entertained us, haven't they?
Well, they have. You're generally left with the knowledge, and you associate words in the last performance. It's often people forget, how good they were or how good anybody was in the previous set of competitions, but you tend to always remember the last one, and this one for England wasn't too good. So you know, whilst we admit and acknowledge that they've been very good over a cycle of maybe 2 cycles, now it's time to reset again and have another rethink and come up with a fresh set of players that they hope will, you know, carry them to another World Cup trophy in 4 years' time.